Welcome back, awesome people, to Cocktails and Consoles. It's Melissa, and this stylish gentleman here to my right, I think is the direction in the screen, I don't know, is the awesome Twitch from Twitch and Snake Game. I always pronounce that incorrectly. How is the official way to pronounce the channel?
Twitch and Snake Gamers.
Twitch and Snake Gamer. I swear to God, I've called it like 9 different things since I first met him.
Every single person I've met calls it everything different. Twitchy
Really?
Snake Gaming, Twitchy Snake Games.
Thank God I'm not alone. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having me.
Yay! I've known this guy, it seems like, since I've started. I don't even remember. How in the world did we meet?
I met you through Just Respawn.
Oh, really?
Because I got them coming on the podcast. We sorted out, and then I was looking for more people, and then I said, well, Cocktails and Consoles. I remember having that little Twitter conversation with Saw Gamers and that at the Coke can, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how I met you, and then you came on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. I owe so much to this guy. You can't see him right now. He's working out his whole VidCam thing, but the voice is here. You cannot mistake that voice. Twitch has generously introduced me to so many new people on YouTube, and the podcasts that he runs are so great because you watch these people on YouTube and you get an affinity for their personality, but it's nothing like when you sit down and you're talking face to face. Well, through Skype face to face as close as we can, being all over the world. But you start to get to know their personality and you become fast friends. So honestly, practically everyone I've met on Twitter, on YouTube has been all thanks due to Twitch. He's gotten me out of my shell. I know it may seem like I'm not an introvert, but I am. He dragged me onto a podcast. I got to meet Sid and Chaos, Catonic, Antagonist Fury, just so many awesome people, and I am so grateful.
Honestly, thank you for saying the really kind words. With the podcast, I thought I started it for it'll be fun, get people on, but I'm sure it wasn't me. Sure, other people. Really?
Yeah, you just reach out. You're like, hey, who wants to do a podcast? And honestly, it's kind of become like symbolic of your channel. This guy he's doing, I think you're doing Undertale right now and doing the voices, which is so cool. But your podcast, I think is where you really shine. You reach out to people, you connect people, and just give everyone a chance to talk and to connect. And I love it so much.
Thank you. It is fun, but it is fucked up as well.
Of course, and that's the other part of why I love it. Well, what got you started on YouTube?
When we started, well, as some people know, the channel's not just run by me, it's also run by my friend Snake, Twitch and Snake Gamers.
He's not part of the Illuminati, I swear to God he exists. I've seen him once.
And only once. No, we were, because we were in a band together, we were in a punk rock band, because we thought we were hip. But as we hurried on, we did it. We had a few unsuccessful gigs, which, let me quickly explain this. One of our gigs involved us performing a very, not heavy metal, but a very strongly lyric song to about 5 elderly pensioners and about 10 real kids.
Oh shit!
And one of the lines in it was, "I made a deal with the devil, try and get on my level."
Nice. I can see how that wouldn't go well.
Those 5 year olds were rocking it. Those 5 year olds were rocking it. They were mosh pitting and everything. But back to YouTube. The reason we thought, why don't we make a channel? We thought, yeah, why not? We would have done it by ourselves, but we were too lazy to do it by ourselves. So we decided to create a first video, which was something. What was it? Because my first video was something I'm not that proud of, but the second video, it was a prank calling escorts video. And then I deleted that. I wonder why, but then we got to doing the Try Not to Laugh video of the Monday game, and then we carried it on. And then I started doing a few vlogs because I didn't have the equipment to do some more stuff. And then and then I started doing a few games. Then the podcast came. I think last month, about a month and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we just wanted to create content. Really, we just wanted to enjoy ourselves, which we did. That's the main reason for me. I enjoy making content and I enjoy getting out to people.
That is so awesome. I love that your content seems to be, constantly changing and trying new things and, seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. You're not afraid to not only invent, but you're also not afraid to reach out to people you barely know and, make that connection, which is a very good thing to have as a YouTuber.
Yeah, in fact, I don't know, folks. I know, like, the main thing with YouTube, if you want to try and grow, you gotta try and connect to people. Mm-hmm. You can't just say, hey, how you doing? Want to come on a podcast? They come and make a video, they leave, and that's it. You don't talk to them.
Right.
You literally gotta make connections with people and that kind of stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying with that?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I've met so many people. You, Tommy, just respawned. So many people I can name off the top of my head. It's just so many from doing YouTube.
Right? That's why I love jumping on his podcast, because then I get to meet new people. I met Scaldera and oh my gosh, so many. And they're just so fun to talk. Oh, the fabulous Mr. Fox, which I love him. And I would have never known that he's in my backyard. I would have never met him had you not been like, hey, Melissa, come jump on a podcast. What would you like to see the channel do?
Alright, I'd like to see the channel. I'd like to see a community. I'd like to see a channel grow to have a community around it where, it's not just my channel, it's everyone's channel. It's a very corny answer, but that's for me. The main reason for it is just I want to build a community where I can talk to people talk to me, mm-hmm. they can enjoy the content, and I can get out of them.
That's so cool.
Of course, everyone wants the PewDiePie level or the Markiplier level of YouTube. But if I'm gonna be honest, these days I doubt people can get there these days.
It's tough, yeah.
It's very tough. You have to do unique. That's why I love this your channel. Because like I've said to you before, you're the only channel I've seen do this to console. And I love it. So thank you for having me.
Thank you.
That's saying your channel. I think a year's time we'll be going places.
Oh, well, so is yours. I mean, just the way you connect people, and that's going to be huge. I think it's going to be really huge for your channel. What are some of the challenges you found in being a YouTuber?
The challenges, it's got to be the bad internet. Or for me, some challenges depends, because like I said, for me, like you said as well, equipment's not there completely. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, I've had many occasions, it's happened to a podcast you came on as well, where the recording stopped after 5 minutes or 10 seconds.
That's happened.
That's not a fun thing to go through after you found out you did a 4-hour podcast and then check back the recording. Yeah. What else? Just timings really. Just trying to work out what timing to do stuff and that. Trying to work out when am I gonna do this, and then do I have time to do this after before this? So it's timings and software really. That's it.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. It's something I've been working on a vlog to help people with. For any of you guys starting out with a YouTube channel, everyone, including myself, and Twitch, I'm sure you've been through this too, we get in our heads that we have to put up a video every single day, and that's the schedule I have to keep to. But honestly, it's better to start small, like once or twice a week, and then get the rhythm, understand what that means to put out a video like that, because it looks easy from the outside until you realize the time of filming, the time of editing is at least 3 times the time of filming. And thumbnails and all that kind of stuff that you normally don't think about. Go through the life of uploading twice a week and understanding what that means. And then if you want to expand more, but starting off trying to do really big and dialing back down, the audience sometimes doesn't take so kindly to that.
If you're gonna try and if you want to get videos up there, then set Cat on it. She sets 3 days for board. So everyone sets upload dates. With my upload schedule can be a bit random, but I'm hopefully gonna sort it out soon. But don't just overwork yourself. There's no need at all to overwork yourself right now. Just make your content, take your time with it, so and get it perfect, and then put it out there, and people will see it.
Absolutely. And yeah, you bring up another good point is understand it's not going to be perfect out of the gate. Every YouTuber I've seen always looks back on the first couple of videos they made and cringe. I look back at mine 3 months and I cringe, but you have to start somewhere.
I looked at my last video and cringed.
You perfectionist, you. Well, that's tough. This guy has taken on a pretty strenuous task. He's now playing Undertale. Those of you guys who loved it, definitely check out his videos because he's doing a different voice for every single character. And you know how many characters are in that game. And he's gonna do it. And I'm just loving watching it.
I don't know, because I do a few voices, I do flowery, like, I got to do a few voices, like, got flowery, which I enjoy doing. Papyrus, another one. I don't like that random, I don't like the random character in the realies. I don't like that character anymore. I don't like that character. Most Let's Plays I've seen it, they give Sam's New York accent.
Who knew?
Like, Flowery's always like, howdy, I'm Flowery.
Oh, yes.
That kind of one.
Until he goes crazy.
Then he got the great Papyrus, which is pretty.
Oh, yes, very regal and very boisterous.
I want to hear your Papyrus. Let's see your Papyrus.
If I had to do a Papyrus, it would have to be very nasal. Oh, I am the great. I can't even do it. See? Oh, I'm gonna have to work on that because I am gonna be playing Undertale, and I gotta keep up with this guy. I gotta do the voices. I will get thoroughly drunk and come up with something that I can promise you. Speaking of intoxicated, I've had so much fun coming up with a cocktail for Twitch and Snake Gaming because he told me his favorite is Jack Daniels, and I love working with whiskey. But he also likes Jack Daniels with a bit of a bite. So I said, all right, Jack Daniels, bit of a bite, what can we come up with? And I put together a drink I'm lovingly call the Snakebite. So the preparation for this goes a whole lot like it would for an old fashioned in that you're going to mix a lot of the components outside of the glass that you're going to put it in because you never want to water down whiskey. So what we have here is we have our Jack Daniels. You can pretty much use any kind of whiskey. I would lean more towards the rye side, which Jack Daniels tends to be. Put in a 2 count of that. And then to here is a lovely little mix of a Italian apple liqueur and another liqueur called apple pie. And I mix the two together 1 for 1 just to really enhance that apple flavor. Now, if you can't find any of those, any kind of apple liqueur will work, but you want to hold off because there's apple liqueur and then there's sour apple pucker. And that is something completely on its own and is a very big piece of this drink. So we're going to pour in just a little bit of that just to help enhance the apple flavor. And then we're going to add this lovely green concoction, which is known as sour apple pucker. So for those of you guys who have ever had, I think the cocktail's called a Washington apple or a caramel apple, you've no doubt tasted sour apple pucker. But we're going to add this to not only enhance the apple flavor, but also to give that nice sour kick when you're drinking this. Plus it gives it just like the coolest hue. So we're going to do about a 2 count pour of that. And then we're gonna stir this together. Now there's one more component to this, which is the ginger ale, but we're gonna add that separately. Oh, that's good. So before I pour this in, I actually managed to find some green licorice. Not the green licorice I was looking for. There's one that's done with has like a sour sugar coating on the outside, which is what I was trying to find, and you can always find it when you don't need it, but when you need it, you can't find it. And we're gonna line the glass. Now you don't have to do this step, it is purely for decoration. I just love throwing it in there because it gives it that kind of sidewinder look. So, we're gonna pour in about half of our whiskey mix, and then to that, we're gonna fill in the rest with ginger ale. So instead of using like any kind of apple liquid, I went with the ginger ale to kind of cut the intensity of apple. Apple is one of those flavor rings that can get pretty overwhelming pretty fast. So the ginger ale will not only give this a little bit of a bubbly texture, but will also help to keep that apple from completely dominating the whiskey.
Lovely.
And there you go. Not sure if you can see this. Hope you can.
Ooh,
You like it?
that looks brilliant.
Yay! Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Let's take a sip. Woo! That'll make you sit up and say good morning. And you can always adjust this. If you like more of the whiskey flavor, you can always add more whiskey. If you like more of the apple liqueur, you can add more of that. That's really the beauty of cocktails, is that it's not it's not normally a hard and fast rule. If you're adding things for structural elements, sometimes you have to be pretty regimented in what you're adding and how much you're adding. But other than that, you just fake it till you make it. You just keep adding stuff until it's something that you like, and then it's your cocktail, and it's so great. Well, what you got coming up next for the show once you get done doing Undertale?
After Undertale, I plan to hopefully do some bit of carry on Stardew Valley.
Nice.
I did one episode of that and I've left it there for a while. I'm not quite sure yet. Hopefully someone will tell me a game to do, someone will tell me or force me to do this game or do this game or unsubscribe, and I'll be like, okay, sorry, please unsubscribe.
I won't threaten to unsubscribe, but I would love to see you try Five Nights at Freddy's before Sister Location comes out.
Cool.
Well, Twitch, as always, such a pleasure. I absolutely love hanging out with you. Love what you're doing with your channel. Cannot wait for the different endings of Undertale. So looking forward to that, and so looking forward to you having to play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. This has been so much fun. And if you can manage to get Snake back here, I may do another cocktail just for him, but he has to stay on the channel.
I'll be sure to let him know.
Awesome. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. Again, subscribe to this guy. You hit him up on Twitter. He's one of the most fun people to talk to. You may find yourself on one of his podcasts and meeting awesome people. Besides myself. No, I'm joking. Hope you're all doing great, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Cheers!